Sunrise at the gateway of India. The British built this triumphal arch in the days when Bombay was part of the glory and splendour of the British Raj. But these days, Bombay has become Mumbai. And it's many years since the last of Britain's ships sailed home. 57 years after independence, the sun has pretty much set on the British Empire. But even now, in an India with one of the world's fastest growing economies and a middle class larger than the entire population of the United States, there is, in this famous old port city, one last island of resistance to the retreat of the Raj. Many a weary seafarer has sought sanctuary here, but it's only members and their invited guests who are welcome inside the halls of the Royal Bombay Yacht Club.
So what a lovely old club this is.
Not bad, is it? Been around for a few years.
And how long?
1846, the club was formed, but we've only been here since 1898 in this particular building.
Former British Army Lieutenant Colonel Graham Tullett is the club's current president, and Hiro Shroff has been a member for 35 years.
Why is this club still here?
Because it's got old charm, grace, tradition, and we feel it's just nice. The committee has deliberately, and the members have deliberately kept it the way it was. They wanted to keep that. They don't want to do it any different way.
Lunching at the Royal Bombay Yacht Club is like stepping into the past. The traditions of the empire have been kept alive, but sometimes not without a fight. Steak and kidney pie was put back on the menu when Colonel Tullett insisted.
Did you give them the recipe?
No. The club's always had steak and kidney pie in its sort of wealth of...
It just disappeared for a while.
It just disappeared.
This one's disappearing pretty quick too, I think.
Friday night, we used to have fish and chips. And the fish and chips were served in the London Times.
But there is one very important tradition of the club that has changed. Before 1957, no Indians were members. Now, out of a membership of 1,200, only 4 of them are British.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now witness to this lovely race which is being keenly contested.
Promoting sailing among Bombay's youth is now the club's main mission.
And you can see the small kids, they just rounded 2 boys and they're approaching the 3rd boy.
Way before Alamein, way before everything.
But it's back in the bar that much of its history has been made.
All the subalterns in the war.
As a young officer, Field Marshal Montgomery was expelled for dancing on the tables.
So the saviour of British fortunes in Africa was kicked out of...
Was kicked out of the Royal Bombay Yacht Club, yes. That was when he was a very, not irresponsible, but a gay young subaltern. Gay in the old-fashioned sense of the word.
As one of the oldest clubs in the world, the Royal Bombay Yacht Club is a treasure trove of sailing artefacts.
The main task I've always had in the club is to look after the artefacts. Now I'm probably one of the artefacts myself, I think.
Why do you think it's important to keep up the traditions of a club like this?
Well, if it ain't broke, there's no need to fix it, really, is there? And it seems to be working perfectly well.
Colonel Tullett currently calls the club his home.
This is the fourth floor, which originally was used for itinerants. This is my humble abode, or what used to be considered something somewhat humble.
It doesn't look too humble.
Well, it's actually one of the smaller rooms in the club. This is undoubtedly, I think, the best view in India.
This is the Gateway of India.
The Gateway of India. It was built in 1930, but the original building was built in 1911 to commemorate the visit of King George V.
The Royal Bombay Yacht Club's whites-only policy may be a thing of the past. But modern India has retained its very own species of inequality. Gulshan Rai is the club's top sailor. He was awarded India's most prestigious sports prize for sailing from Britain to India, as well as his country's equivalent of a knighthood for a round-the-world voyage. But someone else actually did the sailing.
They are known as Tyndals, Tindal. Tyndal is an English word for skipper. The only unfortunate thing is that they're illiterate, but they're very good. They have resilience, which I do not have. And he is my arms and legs because I don't know how to swim. So when there's heavy weather and when there's a change of sails, he is the one who goes on the open deck and does all the deck work. And I had never stepped out of Bombay Harbour without a Tyndal.
So, are you the real sailor or are they?
Well, I would say I'm the real navigator, he's the real sailor.
But the low-class Tyndals might have to wait another few hundred years before they're allowed to be members of the Royal Bombay Yacht Club.